the colonial wounds of our creativity. And we often don't think that creativity as something to be colonized, but from
Mhm.
your perspective, how have systems, and you've touched on this a little bit, how have systems of oppressions like respectability politics, the starving artist myth, or the pressures of assimilate shut down the innate expressions
Mhm.
expressive creativity of Black and Brown people.
Yeah. I mean, now I feel like we can really get into what I believe is your area of expertise, and we can just talk about generational trauma. We can talk about the things that have, whether knowingly or unknowingly, been passed down from, grandparents to parents. And I think in the work that I do, I think one of the biggest blocks for creatives is just what their parents told them they couldn't do, you know, or what their teachers told them they couldn't do. I have a lot of I've heard some real traumatic stories about that, teachers specifically, and I know that part of that is like it's societal, because we also don't value teachers, we don't value educators the way that they should be valued. They don't get the kind of support that they need, and then that goes into the classroom. Um, but yeah, I think maybe perhaps one of the ways to mend that, I think like going to therapy, um, that personally, speaking from my own personal experience, that was the thing that helped me the most. Um,
Mhm.
and I also, at the same time, got to a certain point with traditional therapy where just like talking out my trauma, like it gave me a moment to like hear all the noise in my own mind and the things that were blocking the actual art and the ideas from coming through. But it's like once you see it, then you can start to do something about it. And then I think there's a case to be made for alternative therapies where you can get a little more to the heart of those specific blocks. So for me, after like a year and a half of therapy, my next move was to work with like an inner child therapist. And then that led to something called Psych K. And I'm really just like at a point where I have so many coaches and so many mentors helping me become the best version of myself. Like, and I see myself the way, I kind of, it's a little delusional, but I like compare myself to LeBron James because he has a team. Okay. Like this man, I read
Mhm.
once
He
that he spends
does.
like, yeah, he spends $1 million on his body a year. Like just his body. Can you imagine like getting like $1 million in like massages and physical therapy and just like making sure you
That's
have
self
like,
care.
you know what I mean? Like he really, really, it matters to him. And I'm like, oh, you get like 9 hours of sleep a night? Goat. That's why you're the goat. So, anyways, I have a team, and I not just one teacher, a whole team, which is why I really appreciate like what you're creating and what we're all creating together here, because it's like you literally have everything you need, like you can just, yeah, create your team. You need a board of advisors to help you like manage your own energy and your spiritual development and your creativity.